GON is hiding in the bushes while he continues to follow Hisoka and plans his next move. However, GON is unaware that Hisoka has discovered his own prey in Kurapika and Leorio. He chases Hisoka, unsure of whether to assist them or continue with his plan to take Hisoka's tag. He quickly chooses the more honorable option, assisting his friends if they require it, even though he sees the two being defeated. As they both halt, Leorio complains to Kurapika about not knowing where his target is. Hisoka welcomes them while rested on a tree. He requests their tags because he needs 2 points, but Leorio refuses right away. Kurapika figures they must not be his target, so he begins to negotiate. He tells Hisoka the tags he has, but neither are helpful, filling the air with more and more tension. GON is waiting nearby and is listening in on the conversation. Kurapika offers the tag that has no meaning for him, and if that still is not enough, he challenges Hisoka to take the others by force. Leorio also takes a knife out and prepares to fight. Hisoka simply chuckles at their weak threat and agrees to the initial terms. Kurapika leaves the tag in a tree and leaves with Leorio. GON sits frozen behind a tree still, gripping onto his fishing rod and sweating. Although he is pleased with their progress, Hisoka remarks to himself that they still have a lot to learn. GON sighs in relief, but knows he doesn't have much time left to steal the tag. GON starts to worry that Hisoka won't fight the next person he encounters, and then all of a sudden, Hisoka's killing intent changes dramatically. It scatters the animals in the area and horrifies GON to no end. Hisoka's bloodlust has risen to a point that must be satisfied. The following day, after Hisoka has awoken from his standing-up sleep and is hunting his next prey, GON starts to follow once more. He runs ahead to find them because he thinks that whoever Hisoka runs into next will be attacked no matter what. He chooses a vantage point after spotting GON moving in Hisoka's opposite direction. As his heart beats out of his chest, his nerves start to tremble. He knows he must completely hide his presence while taking deep breaths. Hisoka suddenly stops when she detects a presence. That's GON. With a crazy expression on his face, he dashes forward. GON draws his sword as soon as he finally sees Hisoka. GON prepares his fishing rod in preparation for the assault. Closer and closer, Hisoka runs towards GON. GON waits for the right opportunity. GON preparing as well. Hisoka pulls out one of his playing cards and lets out a terrifying scream. GON wins back his fishing rod and let it loose. GON swings his sword forward, inches missing Hisoka's head. Hisoka is so entranced by the thought of killing GON's fishing hook is able to catch onto his tag. The tag has already been reeled in when Hisoka realizes it. Hisoka and GON stand after the instantaneous exchange. GON collapses to the ground dead, but Hisoka has already turned his attention to his tag. GON stands up and catches the tag, which lands perfectly in his hand. Unfortunately, Hisoka notices this and appears to be equally as surprised as GON. Instead of being upset though, Hisoka smiles, a glint in his eyes and another ripe fruit to play with. GON dashes into the bushes in an effort to get away from Hisoka as quickly as possible. Before he has a chance to truly celebrate, he becomes paralyzed, loses control of his body, and falls to the ground. Jiretta shows up and tells GON how many times he could have killed him. GON's neck contains a small dart with an immobilizing substance on it. While praising GON for his focus while practicing with his fishing rod, Jiretta also points out how vulnerable he was to the assault. He mentions GON was so focused on Hisoka, he didn't check his own surroundings. He takes both Hisoka and GON's tags and leaves. GON is left alone with his shame of losing as a single hemotropic butterfly lands on his hand. It flies away and gets caught in a spider's web, emphasizing GON's own faults. Not a moment later, Jiretta falls dead next to GON. Hisoka stands over him, a smile on his face, expressing how impressed he is with GON's ability to hide his presence, his timing, and attack. He drops GON's and his own tags, giving them back to GON for a job well done. Hisoka no longer needs his tag because Jiretta was his target, but GON doesn't want Hisoka's tag in this particular way. Surprisingly, GON is still able to stand after taking a drug that would normally paralyze him for 10 days. He tells Hisoka to take his tag back, but Hisoka refuses, keeping Gon alive so one day he can kill Gon when he's more experienced. Hisoka hits Gon with a ferocious punch to the face and says he'll take his tag back once Gon can do the same to him. He departs, leaving Gon behind. Later that night, Gon sits by himself in a tree, having both won and lost.